Hey, welcome to Learn with Radha. In today's video, I will talk about our education policy. National Education Policy 2020 is a major breakthrough in education because it has all the points which meets the educational needs of our modern students, like flexibility in choosing subjects. The students are free to choose any subject of their interest, and there is also emphasis on conceptual learning rather than rote learning. There are many other points also, and those points will be discussed in this video. So let's begin.
Teachers and students are the components of teaching learning process, are the main components of teaching learning process. And so their development is also important for the better learning environment. National Education Policy 2020 has given opportunities to the students where they can opt any language. The three language formula is given to them. They can choose any subject to study. Conceptual knowledge is given preference over rote memorization. Emphasis on high order cognitive abilities like analysis, critical thinking is given importance. Formative assessment over summative assessment. Full equity and inclusion in education by giving opportunities in education to all students irrespective of the learning disability or their background. The curricular structure, the new curricular structure is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So, the curricular structure, the present curricular structure is 10 plus 2, and it has changed from 10 plus 2 to 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So, we are going to discuss the fundamental points, fundamental principles given in National Education Policy 2020. The first one is sensitizing teachers as well as parents to promote each student's holistic development in both academic and non-academic spheres. So, what is holistic development? Holistic development is the development which seeks to engage all aspects of the learner, including mind, body, and spirit. There are three domains: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. So, holistic development includes the development of all the domains: cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. This style of education not only focuses on mere learning but also implementing what is learned. Academic sphere is the school or formal education, and non-academic means it includes extracurricular activities. Next point is flexibility, so that learners have the ability to choose their learning trajectories and programs and thereby choose their own paths in life according to their talents and interest. So, the students, they are free to choose subjects of their interest. There is introduction of contemporary subjects like artificial intelligence, design thinking, holistic health, organic living, environmental education, global citizenship education. There will be hands-on experience in vocational crafts such as carpentry, electric work, metal work, gardening. There will be some bagless days also. Bagless days where students need not to take bag to the school. Those bagless days, these bagless days with enrichment activities involving arts, quizzes, sports, and vocational crafts. So, there is some kind of flexibility in education. There will be no hard separations between arts and sciences, between curricular and extracurricular activities. between vocational and academic streams, etc., in order to eliminate harmful hierarchies among and silos between different areas of learning. So now students, they are free to choose any subject irrespective of their streams. Suppose if a student is of art stream, he can take science subjects also and commerce subjects also. So there will be no hard separations between the streams. Any student can choose any subject according to the interest. Multidisciplinary and a holistic education. Across the sciences, social sciences, arts, humanities and sports for a multidisciplinary world in order to ensure the unity and integrity of all knowledge. Emphasis on conceptual understanding rather than rote learning and learning for exams. So emphasis on critical thinking, inquiry-based, discovery-based, discussion-based, analysis-based learning. There will be teaching and learning, and teaching and learning will be conducted in more interactive manner with fun, creative, collaborative and exploratory activities for deeper and more experiential learning. So there will be emphasis on conceptual understanding rather than rote learning and learning for exams or learning to get marks. Promoting multilingualism and the power of language in teaching and learning. With respect for diversity and respect for the local context in all curriculum, pedagogy and policy, always keeping in mind that education is a concurrent subject. Multilingualism. Now, the medium of instruction will be home language or mother tongue or local language or regional language until grade 5. So, up to grade 5, it is compulsorily given that the medium of instruction should be the mother tongue. 3 language formula will be provided and no language will be imposed on any state. For example, in some states like Punjab, West Bengal, Gujarat, etc., local language has to be taken and it is imposed. So now on, students are free to choose any state language of their choice. Textbooks will be bilingual and teachers will be encouraged to use bilingual approach. Sanskrit will be an optional subject. It will be included as an option in 3 language formula with other languages like Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Odia, Pali, Persian and Prakrit. Foreign languages are also included at the secondary level. They will also be offered at the secondary level like the foreign languages like Korean, Japanese, Thai, French, German, Spanish, Portuguese and Russian. For the inclusion of all the students, Indian Sign Language will be standardized across the country for students with hearing impairment. Next point is focus on regular formative assessment for learning rather than summative assessment that encourages today's coaching culture. So, in order to eliminate coaching culture, there will be focus on regular formative assessment. The regular formative assessment of higher order skills will be there. Those higher order skills include analysis, critical thinking and conceptual clarity. And for that, board exams will be redesigned for grades 10 and 12. 2 bodies, National Assessment Center and Parakh. The full form of Parakh is Performance Assessment, Review and Analysis of Knowledge for Holistic Development. These two bodies will be a standard setting body under MHRD that fulfills the basic objectives of setting norms, standards and guidelines for student assessment and evaluation for all recognized school boards of India. Full equity and inclusion as the cornerstone of all educational decisions to ensure that all students are able to thrive in the education system. So, in order to have full equity and inclusion in education, policies and schemes are policies and schemes will be there for targeted scholarships, and those targeted scholarships will be provided to marginalized students. Gender Inclusion Fund will be there, and it will be provided for equitable quality education for all girls as well as transgender students. Teachers and faculty as the heart of the learning process. Their recruitment, continuous professional development, positive working environment and service conditions will be considered, and they will be upgraded from they will be given workshops, training, etc. for their development. Education is a public service, and access to quality education must be considered as a basic right of every child. So, right to education is the right which is given to every child irrespective of their background. So, these were some basic points in National Education Policy. I have tried to clarify all the points. Thanks for watching the video, and if you like the video, give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.